loyalty, leadership, trust, value, friendship, and God and country.
So you think it's okay that they decided to select a candidate instead of letting the people's will decide?
Yes, sir, I do agree with that. That the government should allow Hillary Clinton to become president of the United States.
All right. One last question. What do you think about the emails scandal when the FBI director came out and said she had at least 110 classified emails that she put out on her server?
As far as I'm concerned, she's clear. Hillary Clinton is cleared from all charges.
All right.
She is clear, 100% clear.
What do you think of Bill Clinton?
Awesome! I campaigned with Bill Clinton. I got him elected. I got him certified. I got him elected for president of the United States.
This guy associates his personal power with Clinton.
Best president we've ever had. So was Obama. Obama's totally awesome. We're going to miss him.
That is cult brainwashing.
I'm going to miss him, too.
All right. What do you think the biggest things are in this country that need to be changed?
What I need to be, things that need to be changed? Basically, to keep everything remain the same. Everything has to remain the same.
You think everything's good right now?
Yes, sir. Everything is awesome, outstanding.
Collapse, going bankrupt, economy falling apart.
I agree with Hillary Clinton, 100% pure proof.
All right.
Will become the next president.
Pause it right there. Then we have the next guy come over and accuse us of showing crazies. They just stole the election from Sanders. That's the cult accepting it. I mean, we're just showing the facts. When a country, when a nation, when a people, when a planet start accepting tyranny, the bottom falls out of the floor. It's a bottomless pit. And all that we're seeing is the public start to wake up, not trust the system, and rediscover what made us great. Not globalism, not collectivism. But I tell you, you go out and you see what the Democrats are doing. You see BBC and CNN and others censoring the word Ali with the latest Islamic killer in Germany. Well, not the latest. I'm sorry, the shooting was Friday. Yesterday was a machete killing by an Afghan of a pregnant woman. I'm sorry. And they at least admitted he was Afghan. But now, Dems censor white from red, white, and blue. You can actually see at the sports stadium where they were having this media event for the DNC in Philadelphia where they covered it up and changed the color. Because you can't have a white section, a blue section, and a red section. And you think, well, this is overreaching. This is mental illness. You know, they don't want to trigger stuff. That's crazy. You know, ban brown paper bags, mother and father, ban all these terms. No, folks, they want to be able to just ban language whenever they want. They're setting the precedent for that. There's a full video up on Infowars.com actually showing the blueprint of it. In fact, we could probably roll some of that while Joe Biggs is talking so TV viewers can see it. Infowars.com/show. I'm 48 minutes into this broadcast, and I haven't mentioned that we're going to be doing a 28-hour broadcast. It used to be 24, but now we've expanded it to 28-hour live broadcast. I'll be hosting for at least 10 hours. Special guests, our crew on the ground in Philadelphia, and more. This is going to be a special report while Hillary's being coronated Wednesday through Thursday. A lot of stations, a lot of affiliates, a lot of UHF stations, VHF, cable, TV are picking it up. A lot of our affiliates are. But here's the issue. I normally promote one of these once-a-year events that we usually do at the middle of summer or end of summer, months out. I have been so incredibly busy battling the globalists, launching new projects, and having such amazing success on every front, quite frankly, that I've never even mentioned this now until today. But the video where I promo it and more is at Infowars.com. We're announcing Operation Sleeping Giant. Infowars to launch special 24-hour broadcast. I started thinking, no, because we go 24 hours from 11 a.m. to the next 11, but then we always do the next 4 hours anyways. So it's really a 28-hour broadcast. And we'll also have some of the biggest sales in our history as part of a fundraiser during that. Special auctions of Infowars gear. And more. So be sure and join us and spread that link to everyone you know, because we're just 3 days out or less now from that being launched. Now, joining us is Joe Biggs. They've been there since yesterday. They follow a lot of amazing reports. Joe, when they openly admit, and it's not even a news item, that, oh, we're banning the color white, it might be offensive. That's discriminatory against the color white. But it's like if Scientology did something like that, they'd call it a mega cult. I mean, this is, or if Jim Jones did it, you'd laugh at it. I mean, this is the most cultic, freakazoid weirdness I've ever heard. And I can't believe it's not even a big deal, Joe. Or they won't say Ali now or Muhammad when the jihad is killing people. They say they're not Islamic. They yelled Allah Akbar, but they're not Muslims. And by the way, their name's, you know, Tom Jones. I mean, we've now reached that level. What do you think, Joe?
Roger that. Joe Biggs here with Infowars.com in downtown Philadelphia, where tomorrow the DNC will be kicking off. And last night we had this opportunity to go into the DNC media party that happened at the Phillies baseball stadium. And Michael, and Kit and I actually walked up into one of the top decks where it was actually breezy to cool off. And a guy who worked there, is a union worker, he was a fan, ran over and started telling me about, hey, man, he was like, due to the backlash at the RNC, how there was a red elevator, a white elevator, and a blue elevator, the people were upset about the white elevator, that the DNC wanted to go ahead and squash that before it was a concern. And it's now instead of the red, white, and blue sections, it is now the red, Ashburn, and blue sections, because we want to be, we don't want to offend anybody out.
Now, what color is Ashburn?
I have no idea. I maybe like a communist with yellow, like, I don't know, a red and yellow mixture. With
it's just there's a new level of just, they're stealing all of our basic rights. We got video of this for TV viewers. They're stealing all of our rights, and then meanwhile they're trying to, number one, white people aren't white. I mean, some are, but most of us look like pink geckos, which, quite frankly, I like to be more tan, so I guess I hate my whiteness, but whatever. The point is, I actually like tan people. I like dark people. I'm so racist, excuse me. I find it very exotic, but that's because I'm a bad person. I mean, Joe, at a certain point, when you and I are out in the sun, I mean, we're red. So I guess I got to ban the red, too. And I guess once we die, we turn blue. So I guess we got to ban the whole thing, Joe.
Well, I think what they're going to do to go ahead and squash anyone's feelings from getting hurt at the actual DNC convention, there's going to be a red section, a Trigglypuff section where they're going to have a large picture of her with blue hair, and complete like a meme that's moving, a GIF of her shaking her arms, and then a blue section as well, to help, you know, make everyone a little bit more comfortable.
Let me ask you a question. I know Dew was shocked. He's got a bunch of interviews coming up. He said he found a lot of people as bizarre and cult-like as the guy we played earlier. Have you seen that video where he sounds like a Muppet and saying, I'm glad we stole the election from Bernie Sanders? That's a good thing?
I haven't heard it yet. He was telling me about it. I was actually in another part of the march, and I actually had an opportunity to speak to like one of the only very few Hillary supporters that are out here protesting. There's very few, like a handful. You know, there are thousands, like, you know, 10,000 people out here that were Bernie Sanders supporters marching up and down the road. But, you know, I encountered Black Lives Matter today, which is, you know, in Philly, it looks to be about 80% white. And I really got into a conversation and triggered this one white guy to a point to where he looked like Hillary Clinton's seizure going. When I called him out on something with some facts.
That's what's crazy, you know, is that we would be in Pittsburgh, and if they saw a Trump shirt, they would actually start going, I mean, they're mental patients. Where are these people from, Joe?
Their mother's basements. Most of them are still residing there, and they probably will retire in their mother's basements with those Cheeto-stained fingers and look of defeat and disgust.
What's the overall flavor, though? I mean, how would you describe the spirit of Philadelphia versus that of Pittsburgh? I mean, versus that of Cleveland?
Well, inside of the convention center areas, you're going to have more of the delegates who've rolled over, and they're more pro-Hillary. Now, in the streets, you're going to have thousands, tens of thousands of these Bernie Sanders people who are hoping that Bernie will maybe pull back that endorsement of Hillary and then hopefully step in some way and take this convention for themselves, because we already know, due to the DNC leaks today, that Debbie Wasserman Schultz will be stepping down at the end of the convention, but she is expected to also be speaking tomorrow to a lot of the delegates for about 3 to 5 minutes. So based on how that goes, I think there's going to be a lot of animosity.
I agree, and that's the $64 trillion question everybody's asking. Will the Sanders people that are like 90%, I mean, Hillary didn't have any votes. He'd have 50,000, she'd have 500. I mean, literally, she'd have 1,000, he'd have 20,000. It's total fraud. They admit they stole it. Will these people like cult members march into the modern political gas chambers and see our free and open elections murdered in front of everybody's eyes, Joe? I know those reports are coming tonight. What percentage of them said that they'd be going along with this when you talk to them?
Most of the people are pretty angry, but if you look at this press pass, it actually has Debbie Wasserman Scholl's name on it. And instead of like Cleveland or how we had to have 30 badges, we only get one here, but it's got her name on it. And as you can see, we're going to have to get a black magic marker and take that off. So are you going to be going in? You're going to be going into the nest. You're going to be going into the nest. In fact, if you can get in there now, we'll talk to you in like 30 minutes during the Stone interview. I'd love to be inside the nest. Please continue, Joe. Oh, yeah, there's nothing going on in there right now. There's not going to be anything happening until tomorrow. There was just a couple parties last night. But, you know, we had an opportunity to speak to a lot of the protesters who are hoping that Bernie's going to break away into a third party and hopefully run on his own and do something like that, because they have enough people that are Bernieites that are going to jump up and steal this election from Hillary Clinton. You know, inside this media center that we were at last night, you've got a lot of hardcore Hillary fans that are in there. And I was wearing a pretty provocative T-shirt, the Hitlery T-shirt that we're going to be getting pretty soon. And it was very interesting to see people look at me and discuss and go, why would you wear something like that? What has she ever done? And I'm like, wow, how long do you have? She's done so much. My cab driver today, he's like, all Trump does is lie. All he does is lie about everything. Hillary's the only proven person. I'm like, yes, she's the only proven criminal. Trump is a wild card. We have nothing. They have nothing on him. That's why the only thing they can ever use is racist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, Islamophobic, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Trump is the one who invited Caitlyn Jenner in and said, you could pee in my bathroom. I don't care. But for some reason, he's against LGBTQ, whatever it is now.
It's all just part of the incredible brainwashing. Stay there. Back in 70 seconds with the second hour for 5 more minutes with Joe Biggs. Then, Roger Stone, the consummate Trump insider, gives us the breakdown of the next level of the fight to restore the republic and make America great again. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com. We are reclaiming the mantle of Americana. We are defending the republic. We are rekindling the spirit of 1776. New York Times publishes T-shirts from the RNC and leaves out Hillary for president T-shirt. And they wonder why they're dying. That's my tweet at Real Alex Jones. By the way, that shirt is still available. It's the 3rd edition. It's about to sell out. We'll have a 4th edition. Now, we are now carrying the Bill Clinton rape shirt as well. We're the people producing it, printing it. InfoWarsStore.com. This is what triggered Sink, young poopy pant Turdley or whatever his name is. That shirt is available exclusively at InfoWarsStore.com. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get in their face. Why not go all the way? Joe Biggs, getting back to final thoughts here, my friend. I'm going to get you on a bunch throughout the week, the whole crew that's there covering things. How epic was Cleveland, though? I mean, the airplanes in the sky, I know we've got airplanes there saying Hillary for president, but Cleveland was so epic. Contrast the two places together.
Well, the weather in Cleveland was a lot better. For one, this is the hottest and like muggiest place I've been to in years.
They were bitching on Fox this morning that it's like hell. They say it's so humid and the AC isn't working.
You walk one block, Alex, and you are completely drenched. It is miserable. But it is what it is. We're going to be out here doing what we do, kicking ass like we did in Cleveland. Like you said, Cleveland was epic. We got amazing interviews. We got in on key things. We were able to talk to a lot of people, stop some communists. We were able to get in with the Young Turks and sit there and really just kind of show how the left is. That they're completely out of their mind a lot of times. The fact that, you know, we're more worried, or they're more worried about which bathroom to go into, or what color to name a section of a stadium. Meanwhile, there's actual things going on. We have open borders. We have the Second Amendment that's on the verge of being taken away if we get Hillary Clinton as elected as president. There's important topics we should be worried about, not transgendered bathrooms, not the color of the name of a section in a sports
Well, they got to give us little fake weird rights as they take all of our basic freedoms. What about just the general fact that, I got to be honest, Democrats on average look like they've been lobotomized? I'm not being mean. No wonder they're always talking about how intellectual they are. These are really stupid people.
I saw a girl that had one of the prettiest faces I'd ever seen, and then when I panned down, she looked like Sasquatch that had the half of her body from the waist down. I mean, it was very scary.
Maybe space aliens are real, and these are actually hybrids. I'm joking, but Joe, other key points you want to impart to the viewers from the DNC?
Well, I think we should. Well, I think Chink should change his name because I think that's a very offensive term used to describe a certain type of people. And we should also call him Triggly Turk from here on out.
Triggly Turk.